Return to the Mac, episode 119.
Here.
Back in the building. M.A.C. Moss, Andrew Carl. What's good?
Shit. Not much, man. Not much, man.
Another day, another dollar.
Big chillin'.
You know.
Big chillin'. You know.
Oh, you on break still?
Yeah.
Living the dream.
Couple more days.
Couple more days.
When you go back?
Thursday.
Oh, damn. That's kind of an awkward time to go back to work. But then you go right back. Then you right back off though, right?
What you mean?
You don't work Saturdays, right? Saturday, Sunday.
Oh yeah. It's 2 days. 2 days.
Oh yeah, so that's nice. That's nice.
The weekend here.
That's nice, man.
Going to see the show this weekend. It's going down.
Snap.
See that boy Schultz get it in.
Where are you going?
Oh shit.
DC.
Oh,
DC
you turned
theater.
up.
DC theater. He moved up. Last time I seen him, he's in the DC Improv. Now he in the theater.
That's crazy, man. Did you see
came up the last 2 years?
Did you see his post about his dad?
I did.
So he just got the show is Radio City music hall.
Yeah,
that's what it's called? The New York City big spot or whatever. So he just got that. And you know he's a New York City guy, born and raised and everything. So he had this like really long post about just being New York and shit. And he was talking about his mom told him that his dad was walking by Radio City Music Hall and saw his name up there.
Yeah.
And he was just like standing out front of the thing, just telling people, that's my son.
That's
like,
hilarious.
That's got to be the dopest feeling ever.
Yeah,
like, obviously, you know, Schultz already made it and stuff, so you feel good about that anyway, but it's something different about your parents, like, hearing about something like that. Like, they didn't just do it to make you feel good.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Yeah.
Pretty dope.
Proud.
Look at Schultz out here killing it.
Oh, so yeah, you're going to have a nice little lit weekend, huh?
Yeah, I'm jealous, man. I didn't know about that.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope. That's dope. You staying in DC for a couple days, I guess. What night is the show? Saturday?
We're gonna stay there that night.
All right, head back. Gotcha. All right. Pretty dope, man.
Yeah.
I'm ahead. I think we're going to Busch Gardens this weekend.
Okay.
So that's gonna be pretty dope.
Making moves out here.
Moves.
Yeah, man. Just have a little fun. Go out there.
That's what's up.
Do a little haunted house type thing.
I was gonna say they probably got some crazy stuff going on with all the Halloween.
It was real dope last time I went. I'm sure it's gonna be like super busy on a Saturday and shit.
Park during Halloween.
I haven't either. I haven't been.
Most of them have like the themes and stuff. They have like zombies and shit, like randomly walking around the park and stuff like that too. And it's like, you know, pretty much as it gets darker, the crazier it gets and creepier it gets out there. And it's dope, man.
Sounds pretty fun for real.
I'm definitely gonna get my steps in. I got me a new watch and shit. And you know, I got me a new watch and shit.
So that's why you came in here.
I get my steps in
about the watches.
Oh
yeah.
Which one you got?
The Galaxy. I guess it's the 4.
You got the 4. Okay.
4.
Carl be setting stuff up. It's so bad. It's so obvious.
I ain't never heard of these new Galaxy watches. Have y'all?
Yo, but besides the watch,
y'all ever heard of them?
No, I do fuck with it, but because I never really wanted one of these shits, because I got like other watches and I like to wear my watches and shit.
Yeah,
but I was telling people like, when I get this, I'm not gonna wear no other fucking watches because it does everything. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, then you go back to the other watch. You're like, this thing is boring.
Right. This shit does
regular ass watch.
I can check my messages on this joint. Like, okay, cool. I can do all of that shit. It's pretty dope.
But you can get different, faces and all that other shit.
Right. For sure. But no, the fucking Galaxy Z Fold phone. Have y'all seen that shit? Y'all know what I'm talking about? The Fold?
I think you brought this up like a couple times.
He's definitely
you own this fucking flip phone.
Not the flip one.
1,000%.
Not the flip. Not the flip phone.
At least 2 other times you brought
this phone. Last weekend.
No, not the flip phone. The Fold.
Go ahead.
The Fold. The one that like open up to a tab.
That's what I thought you were talking about the whole time.
Yeah, that shit is fire, son.
Have you definitely talked about this.
Have you fucked with it before? Have you seen it?
Have I fucked with it? Nah,
I already know it's Apple over here, man.
I mean, look, bro. I'm telling you, just go into a phone store and play with that shit a little bit. I don't know how else to say that.
Man, weird.
It looks cool.
I don't know how else to say that.
It looks cool, but
I mean, the technology is mind blowing to me. It's like it's seamless with like when you fold it and open it up, like you can't even fucking tell.
No buttons.
Yeah, I mean, it's fucking mind blowing.
Do you want it?
I'll probably end up getting it, but that shit is like $1,800.
And so it seemed like that's more than a computer. I could just go get a Mac.
Yo, that shit is expensive as fuck.
I mean, even these phones are the same price as the
overpriced.
They're
like $1,000.
$1,800 is nuts. It seems dope. It seems like one of those things that I just wouldn't use. Like, I don't think I would get much benefit out of it.
Do you watch cool videos on your phone?
First, no, not really.
You don't watch any like podcast or?
I'm at home, so I put on the TV or the computer.
I guess, but if you had that, maybe you could just.
The only time I wished I had a tablet is when I travel and go to the airport.
All right, there you go.
Yeah, so once a year I'm gonna get used. I mean, that's what I'm saying is I feel like it would be cool, but like not worth it to me.
I don't know, bro. I'm just saying. Look,
it's fucking
HD quality. You probably can watch.
I hope it's not 420 or some shit.
No, I'm just saying, like it's crazy how clear the picture is.
What's what discount code do we use to get credit for you?
Just Big Word.
Okay,
Big Word.
Use
Big Word. You got your own promo.
yeah.
You share with us.
Well, y'all ain't down with this shit. Y'all hate this guy. This guy's a iPhone user, so he don't give a fuck about it. You know. Not. But I'm just saying, yo, that shit's fire. That shit's fire.
Great.
Are you gonna get it?
Probably so.
You need to.
I'm trying to hold on.
You gotta get it. $1,800. Did all the promo for it. Yeah. You gotta see this shit in real life now.
It's a payment plan.
Y'all need to go to a fucking phone store and you can
I don't
see
need a phone. I just got a new phone. I'm good.
If I get it, nobody's touching this shit.
Okay.
Nobody's touching it.
Did you hear him just now?
You see this guy?
If I get it, nobody's touching it. This guy gonna come in with the new toy in the class.
Nobody's gonna touch
what I got, but nobody else can use it.
Bro, it's $1,800. It's like, no, you're not going.
Your phone $1,000 right now in your pocket.
Yeah, and this is old. I mean, this is
still $1,000
used, not no more.
All right, so we can't touch it. That's fine. You can't bring it in my house.
You can't say that, bro.
I can't. You just gotta leave it out.
No.
I'll get a safety deposit box outside of the house.
No,
you can leave it out there,
bro. You can't do that.
All right,
what am I gonna get, a referral?
I don't know. You gotta figure it out.
Principal Weaver,
you're suspended from the pod. Can't come back.
Well, whatever.
Get the phone. Sanction. Let us see it.
Whatever, man.
We're excited for
whatever, man. Look, hey, before we move on to more serious and real things, I fucking got the trampoline up.
Oh, I actually saw that. Was that Saturday or Sunday?
I put it up Sunday. I
saw that on Sunday, but you did it like you said it like it in the second half of the Panthers game, and I didn't even get to respond to you. How long did it take?
Well, I had some help, of course. It's not a one-man job. Look, so I was gonna put that shit up.
One man?
It's not a one-man job. One man
job. Got a title. Boom.
Oh, okay. Whatever. But anyway, I was gonna do this shit on Friday, man. But I opened up the box, and I'm like, yo, it's a lot of fucking pieces. And as soon as you fucking open it up, it says it recommends at least 3 people and all of this shit. But I'm like, I was fucking overwhelmed a bit, and I'm like, oh shit. Maybe I'm just gonna call somebody to see if I can get somebody to put this shit together. Nobody. I mean, you can't find anybody to fucking put together a trampoline for you. You just can't. One person I found said they were gonna charge me nearly $400 to do it. And
I'm like, looking for like a professional,
a handyman or something. I don't fucking know.
I told you who to call.
Ghostbusters, bitch.
Keon.
Yeah, Keon.
Oh, well,
I told you.
Oh,
or Max.
We told you.
2 guys right there probably be willing to help.
Oh well, luckily I didn't need them.
Right.
Luckily I didn't need them. I used my own smarts and elbow grease to put it together.
And the helpers that you told me.
Yeah, and a lot of help. No, Rome, my dad, and my sister helped or whatever. But it's all about just getting the pieces together. But I got that motherfucker up, bro. I was so proud.
How long did it take though?
It's like, I don't know, fucking we started around about 12, maybe it was done at 4-ish.
Oh, yeah, that's some good. You gotta be proud of that. It always feels good when you put some shit together.
Project.
It does finish. Yeah. When you finish, it feels incredible.
Look at it real quick.
Oh, yo, this shit pretty cool.
Take a little sip. I did that shit
pretty fucking cool.
You said it's cool?
Yeah, it's
pretty cool.
Did y'all no adults allowed. That's already my rule.
No adults allowed?
No adults allowed on the trampoline. You get your big ass off the fucking trampoline. That's why.
You can't jump on the trampoline.
Get your big ass off the fucking trampoline.
Everything is his. Very possessive.
So who's she gonna be in there with? By herself?
By herself with somebody her size. So that's it. Yeah, that is it.
So you telling me your ass is not hopping in there with her?
Not at all.
You didn't get on it at all after it spent you 4 hours.
First of all,
that's wild.
First of all, it's a weight limit on that motherfucker that I exceed. So it's not. No, I'm not gonna get on it.
You're lying.
No, seriously.
What's the
weight limit is 220.
220.
Yeah. It's a
that's
big
it.
Yeah, that's it, bro. It's for children,
that's
sir.
Like
how much do you think a child
that's like 3 little kids.
There ain't no way.
Bro, my daughter is 6 years old, bro. She doesn't even weigh 50 pounds. You can get like kids. 6 of them on there.
You could get like 6 of them. Yeah, you probably right.
Like, come on.
You probably get like 6 of them.
They'll be fine. No adults allowed. Damn. That is the rule. Get your big ass off of here. That's what I'm gonna tell anybody.
I'm jumping. I'm coming over there. I'm jumping.
Glad we ain't come help. I would want to get in that motherfucker.
Yeah, see,
that's the reward. We have to have some fun.
He'd have waited until we finished putting it together.
He's got a little basketball goal.
Don't nobody touch this shit no more. Let's go.
He's got a little basketball goal on and everything, man. Pretty dope. I don't know how much she's gonna actually use that, but maybe.
Probably not.
Probably not. Yeah.
But hey, you got it done.
It's fucking done, man. I'm so relieved.
A couple times of going out there before you hop on in there with it. You're doing it.
At least
you're
once.
doing it.
That's never gonna happen.
At least once. Got a basketball goal.
That's never gonna happen.
You could score on that one.
Funny guy. Funny guy. I'm gonna get my own basketball goal. I'm gonna put it in the ground. And if you ever want to come over there and get busted in one-on-one,
lay up bricks all day.
I'm building another house,
bro. First of all, y'all know, y'all know I got the best jumper of shit. Really,
you don't even jump.
Really, I don't need to.
There ain't no jumper.
I don't even need to. Y'all know I got. All right, if you want to call it, y'all know I got the best shot.
You got baby
out
hook.
of us 3.
You got baby hook.
Best shot at what?
The best shot, bro. The best shot at destroying you on the basketball court.
You got a baby hook.
All right.
But that works too.
You're a lineman. I'm a receiver.
What?
It's not fair. I'm trying to play defense, and he just goes in the post.
Bro,
throws his fat around.
Bro, you see I dominate every time.
I don't see that.
I see that.
Oh, whatever. You know I got the best shot. You know, Steph Curry out there.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Lights out.
So anyway,
what we got, man?
Respect.
What we got?
Football. The football games sucked this week.
It did.
The games were all trash, except for our 3 teams that all went to overtime.
Yeah, all the favorite, all the favorite teams won.
Everybody else's blowouts.
Why didn't I put that together?
Wow, you didn't notice that? Wow,
not very.
I didn't think about that.
It's something too. It's a sign, bro. How only our 3 teams going to OT?
It was weird because everybody was
both of y'all teams lost.
I knew that was coming.
Here we go.
I knew that was
shit. Coming. That's crazy. That must be a sign.
Right.
You right.
Y'all had to go. Y'all had to go to OT against Gino.
Don't
do that.
No, we ain't gonna talk about specifics. And stuff
I know.
Like that.
No,
we're just talking about wins and losses right now.
Let's start with the Steelers. It was the Sunday night game of the week, and as I said, most of the other games were not very exciting.
I fell asleep in the first quarter. Shit was a terrible game.
Oh damn!
I thought it was an awful game.
It was. I mean, it was ugly.
Yeah, I fell asleep.
But that's how the Steelers. If that's how the Steelers have to win every game. We have to make it a slugfest. We have to make it an ugly game.
How did you feel though at halftime, up 14-0, and then the offense looked not like gonna blow you away, but they looked solid in the first half.
In the second quarter, I mean, the first. So I would say half of the first half. Yeah, they looked solid. Defense looked like how I expected them to look. I mean, I felt like we should have breezed. I mean, at that point, I thought we were going to coast to a win, but I always know in the back of my mind that's just not how the Steelers play football. They don't play like that. They like to carry shit out to the end, no matter if they're losing big early and we want to come back, or they're winning big early and allow the other team to get back into the game. They did it with Denver. They've done this all my fucking life. This is how the Steelers play football. But I mean, yeah, I agree with you, Moss. I thought it was ultimately a terrible game. Lack of big plays. Not a lot of offense going on in general. So
NFL definitely expected Russ to be playing on this night game.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, when they made it, of course, they should just flex stuff like this out. But I mean, I was cool with it. You know, I mean, it's nice to get a win. It's as I predicted. Steelers going into their bye week 3-3, so it's definitely a different feel from the 1-3.
You called it.
Steelers that
you called it.
And I think they'll go on a run here. We got
to gift it without Russ though.
You get lucky throughout the NFL season.
They all count.
It's going to stack up as a win. Nobody's even going to go back and look at it. They're just going to remember the Steelers are 3-3, or whatever their record is in the future. But I think we'll reel off about 3 more wins in a row and go to 6-3, and move on from there. But again, I don't think Steelers got a lot to work on. They're not a very great team at this point.
The ending was exciting. That boy Watt was triple teamed with another guy ready to chip in and help. And he comes, chases the play down kind of from behind for the sack fumble. That was beautiful.
And the series before that, he had a big sack for like a 13-yard loss. That was his first sacks of the game. Those were his only sacks of the game.
Way out of the field goal range or even
pretty much close it out. And I mean, that's, like I said, he's the most dominant defender on the field every time he steps on there. Him and Cam Hayward are bullies on the defensive field.
He was throwing some people around too.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Once you bet on the game, it totally changes how you watch it, because it was a boring game. But I remember last night being like a super exciting matchup because I needed it so bad. It was like really tight. But yeah, talking back on it, even Carl was like, "That game was boring as hell."
That shit was boring, bro.
I thought it was bad.
I thought it was intense into it.
It was I thought it was just drawn out though. That's the thing that was bad about that game. You had that long injury timeout, which is prayers up to that dude.
Forever.
Yeah, that reminded me of the Ron Shazier shit.
It's the same thing. I thought
he was on the field for a abnormally long time. Like they had to go to commercial break like 2 times.
I was gonna say it was
during
probably
the injury timeout.
Legitimate 15-minute.
Oh, well, yeah, real time.
Yeah.
The crazily, like you've never seen anything like that. Like I said, except for that Ryan Shazier incident.
Except for that other time you saw it.
Yeah, that's the only time. And if you didn't see it, you've never seen it. But yeah, I mean, I thought that was drawn out, and then the fucking.
Oh, the end of the game.
The call at the end of the game. Why are we reviewing this?
All right, I'm glad you said that, because I honestly forgot about it. Did you see this in any of the stuff today?
Yeah.
Did you think that was a big deal?
It was not a big deal. Like I thought it was ridiculous that they were even questioning.
1000%.
That's the only point. Like why are we drawing this?
Pay me the picture.
So what happened was
DK
catches the pass. This is towards the end of the game. It's only like a few seconds left.
There's
in the
like
game.
14 seconds left.
Something like that. DK catches a pass on the sidelines for like 14 yards or something, where he really could have just stepped out of bounds
easily.
Idiotically, he runs up the field, gets the ball punched out, and one of the Seahawks wide receivers falls on the ball.
Right. As
he falls on the ball, Seahawks realize, oh shit, the time's running out. They have to get up and spike it real quick. They run to the line. They spike it with what seems like is 1 second left on the clock.
Right.
So they spike it just in time. They're in field goal range to make the game time kick or whatever. After he spikes the ball, the refs come out blowing whistles and shit, saying that they're reviewing the Metcalf catch, and that play where he spiked the ball never happened. So that's pretty much the picture.
Damn.
But
they're going back 2 plays at that point,
for
a review, which is illegal.
The ball was already snapped by the time that they were blowing the whistle.
He took like 5 steps before he went out of bounds.
Right.
So it was no possibility of being an incomplete pass.
Nobody questioned the catch.
It was clear that too much was happening at one time. The refs got frazzled, blew the shit dead, and we're just like, we got to say we're looking at something. We're going to challenge whether it was a complete pass.
And the thing is about it.
Out of all things.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, if you've seen it, it's no question in your mind. It's like he caught the ball, turned upfield
4 or 5 steps,
and before he got the ball knocked out. Right. Like it was no question that nobody was questioning that if it was a complete catch or not. Just the weirdest sequence in the world to lead up to overtime, and at that point, you're just like, damn, can this game just be over with?
But I was a little bit confused at how big of a deal the announcers were making, and Tomlin. Tomlin was going nuts. I mean, I know he was just pissed because it was bullshit, like the way it was happening, but he got the spike down with 1 second left.
Yeah,
so like they were gonna get the field goal attempt regardless. It didn't change anything. It was just like, what the hell are y'all doing?
Yeah, I don't think I think he was just pissed that they were ruining the flow of the game type thing. Yeah. It's like, let's just get on with it. What are we looking at? The type of thing. Like, you know, there's some bullshit. Like, he probably ready to get the fuck home too.
Yeah.
You know, at that point. So, yeah, I mean, it was just a very odd game. Some poor officiating going on there for sure. For sure. But, yeah, I mean, happy to be 3-3. What's your guys' record?
3-3.
What about you, Moss?
You thought that was going to be funnier than it was.
No.
Yeah,
no,
kill yourself.
I forgot y'all were 3-3, not 2-4. I thought it was the same.
Motherfucker.
I'll go next.
Go ahead, do your thing, bro.
That was just, oh my God, it was a terrible game to watch.
How you was talking about how you feel like when you had to bet on the game, that's how I was feeling about y'all's game.
Yeah.
I was like,
it was a lot more intense, better game. It was
it was actually a good game towards the end.
Yeah, well, the ending was very exciting. Yeah. Game was absolutely terrible. That was probably the worst that I've seen the Panthers offense look in who knows how long. And we had, at the last half of Cam's last season, we had Heineke and Kyle Allen and stuff starting. It was awful.
Yeah.
The line couldn't block shit. Darnold couldn't complete a pass to save his life. He was so panicked. The first play of the game, he throws a pick across the side of the field.
Wow.
The whole offense just looked so out of sync. Robbie Anderson.
Goddamn thing.
Robbie Anderson.
I started watching it. He had dropped like 3 of them on the same drive. I'm like, yo.
He had legitimate 3 drops that hit him in the hands with no defense that he just dropped. He probably dropped 4 passes throughout the game.
Hasn't that always been like a thing for him in his career, kind of?
I don't know, because I didn't pay attention to him with the Jets, and he wasn't like that last year.
Okay.
Last year he balled out with us. He was terrible yesterday.
DJ Moore dropped a couple too.
The whole team looked awful. So we blocked
That's
a punt.
just contagious, yo. Drops are contagious. Once they start happening, your locker room catch the drops, you might as well just get rid of them motherfuckers for a season.
Rule said today that we're getting back to our roots and we're going to run the ball more.
Yeah,
he said that today.
Taking them out of the game a little bit.
But third quarter, we block a punt, and the offense clearly wasn't going to be able to score at that point. Block a punt for a touchdown to take the lead, and then gave the lead pretty much right back. And it was just a mess. The whole game was trash. We're down 11 with like 5 minutes left. And they somehow just go on, or they go get a field goal. And the last drive, we get the ball back with a minute left. And suddenly Darnold completes everything. He hit a 40-yard pass on 4th and 15 or some shit.
Because like at the beginning, it was like a bunch of incompletions. Robbie had dropped one. And it looked like it was about to be, all right, they're about to fuck this up somehow. Then they called a big play and got down the field for like 40 or something. I forgot who it was.
I think we could, the tight end right over the middle. I think we completed 3 4th downs on the last possession. Got the touchdown and then the 2-point conversion to send it over to time.
It was wild.
And then get into overtime, they get first possession, walk it down the field, and a deep third down touchdown. It was just like this. Y'all should have just won it an hour ago.
Right.
The fuck wasted all my energy, got me mad excited on a game I gave up on. So that was extremely disappointing. And at this point, Darnold's had 3 bad games in a row. I think I'm ready to. I mean, this shouldn't be that hard to say, but I really didn't think that it was going to be that big of a problem having McCaffrey out. Obviously, he brings a ton to the offense, but Hubbard really is a good running back. But man, it's every week it just looks worse and worse. It's clearly he's the difference maker because Darnold doesn't have to make all these decisions.
Yeah, I mean,
every play he could just drop it down, and if that first read isn't there, it's back to McCaffrey. Right now, he's trying to force shit, and it's either an errant pass or an interception. It's just terrible.
Yeah, and I mean, the difference is with a player like McCaffrey is when he's on the field, he dictates to a degree what the defense does.
He's getting all of their attention.
You know, right. And so you can kind of plan around that, not giving a fuck about Hubbard. I mean, he could be a fine player.
Right.
But you got to make a name for yourself before guys are keying on you specifically. They might be keen to say, we're going to stop the run game or something like that and make Darnold put it in the air. But to attract the defense's attention. You can just do so many things with McCaffrey, like flexing him out, putting him in the slot and shit that just fucks up a defensive coordinator's like whole game plan. Otherwise they can stick to the script and you'll be in trouble with Sam Darnold in those cases probably.
The whole comeback happened as soon as Patrick Peterson got hurt. I don't know if you were watching the game that closely, but as soon as he got hurt, he left the game and they walked it down the field for that touchdown. Like it looked like just a totally different Vikings defense when he wasn't on the field. I was just kind of shocked at him.
Do you think it was a case where you guys maybe like weren't targeting Patrick Peterson or something?
I heard they had a rookie out there replacing him.
Nah, because he was on DJ Moore. He was still getting targets. He just wasn't giving up anything.
Oh, gotcha.
I remember them saying
I didn't even know he played for the Vikings.
I didn't either.
Yeah, that play to DJ Moore, that long joint on the left side or whatever. It was like that rookie was guarding him or something like that.
That was the first play after.
Burned his ass up.
The first play after he got injured. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, tough couple of weeks here. I mean, you knew after going 3-0 with the shitty teams, it was going to get more difficult. But to continually be in games after playing bad for the majority of the game and then lose, it's like, we're better than this. But if it happens 3 weeks in a row, are you?
Right. I mean, that's why you always have to. You are. It's a lot of the times where people say that's not a 1-5 team or that's not a 6-0 team. It's like, no, they are. You are whatever your record says you are. That's what you are, because you can only beat the opponents that you have or a lineup in front of you. So I mean, you are what you are. You can't.
Giants next week. That makes me feel a little bit better.
Oh yeah, you should get a win.
And if you lose that one, then it's all right. So I understand where this season is.
They're definitely a 1-5 team or whatever their record is.
Yeah, they're legit.
They are what they are for sure.
Gotta have that one.
Yeah, definitely. But how about the Pats game? Yeah,
that was a good game though.
It really was.
It was a good game. Mac was doing his thing a little bit. They ain't let him throw it a lot that game. It was kind of weird. He was running the ball a whole fucking lot.
Think that was just to try to keep the ball out of their hands?
Probably in most cases, because their offense was just fucking us up for the most part. We was handling Zeke. We kept Zeke at bay for most of the time.
I feel like I didn't see Zeke on the field a lot. I feel like
we would stop him every short game
situation.
We was stopping Zeke. We had like 2 back-to-back red zone stops of a short game type shit, and kept him out the end zone. And kept him kicking field goals or some shit to keep us in the game. But
they say the amount of yards that Dallas had without points.
They had twice as many passing yards as we did, and
that had 445 at the end of the game.
Yeah,
and they still had 100+ yards rushing.
Yeah.
So that's what happens when you get down to the one and just give the ball away. Over and over and over.
They didn't score all those times. We got blown out.
Was it 2 red zone touchdowns?
Yeah, 2 red zone stops.
Turnovers, the fumble, and the interception.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I hate the fact that Dallas is so good and you can't really.
Yeah, you know they're gonna talk shit, man.
I hate it. I hate their fans because their team is a blast to watch.
Yeah, they're good.
They're fucking fun to watch because they're not just like they do the fun stuff. There's good offenses out there already, but they get the bombs. There's good defenses out there. They get the pick sixes. It's like these are the sexy plays that are fun to watch. But
and let's just say, man,
we hate y'all.
Jerry Jones, he's a shit owner, but man, that guy's a fantastic GM. He's fucking fantastic at what he does.
He's fantastic at finding stars.
No, I mean it's not even stars. Look at me. Every player they drafted and developed players pretty well. Over the last 3 to 5 years. I think so. I think they got.
Oh yeah, this team that they built, it's good.
The teams that
there was a long stretch in between that was.
Yeah, but I feel like
when they drafted Dak, they went 13-3. Dak and Zeke's rookie season.
Yeah, I'm talking about this team of Dak and all them.
But even before that, even when it was Romo and stuff, I feel like the narrative was always how shocking how little they could win with the talent they had.
Yeah, it was. They've always had the talent. It was the coaching.
As soon as you said it, I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" But I think that's just because of how I think about the Cowboys. But you're right; they've always got tons of talent. They just don't win.
Guys who are at the top of their position in the NFL, honestly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like I said, he does a fantastic job, and I think, a lot of people don't give him a lot of credit for that piece of what he does, but yeah.
Yeah, he overshadows it with all the other shit.
Yeah.
Fair point. Fair point.
Yeah. Came down to a tight win at the end of that joint, though.
Shit. Talk about another exciting finish.
Boy, that boy Trayvon Diggs, you got to know you can't throw to his direction.
At this point, just stop.
You just can't throw to his direction.
That one was off a tip, though, right?
It was off a tip.
Okay.
But don't matter.
Right.
I mean, just don't throw it near him.
Credit regardless.
But you can't give him the opportunity.
The thing is, though, we say that, and then your boy Mac Jones comes back next drive and throws a dime
Mac
over his head.
for the first time showed me some nuts.
Yeah. He
showed me some nuts. Went right back to his head.
Well, but...
That's a ball he shouldn't have thrown.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to hate on him, but he's playing that underneath with the safety help. The safety just made the worst play of the day until Jamal Adams came in and played a couple hours later. But that was a terrible play, but huge play. I mean, it counts.
Terrible play by the safety.
The very next play.
You are what your record is.
There's no way that Mac Jones could have predicted the safety would have took that bad of an angle on the football.
I mean, I think that's why he threw it. He saw the safety coming down. He knew what the route his guy was doing.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. It was just such a
touchdown either way. It was a 75-yarder.
75-yarder, his longest.
That guy needs to be
all season.
Out at practice with the cones. You know how you do the angle drills with the cones and shit. He used to set those up and practice that shit. Like, bro, you are complete. Do you need glasses? You need that LASIK shit.
That was another one.
Jameis
smoked that boy's boots, but hey, went to OT. Couldn't get it on that first drive. Got the ball first. I was kind of sick about that.
You know when you don't score on your first drive in overtime, it's pretty much over with.
Yeah, you got to get down there.
It's over. You told me they need 3 points, and that's what I've been thinking about with all these overtime games and shit. Like the way it was structured before, where the first team that scored won. Yeah. Like who the fuck would stop Aaron Rodgers from getting 3 points?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck came up with this?
Thinking about it now, it's like, who would agreed that this would ever be fair?
Right, it's not fair.
Especially to get you get the ball first, you might as well call it.
And I guess, but now you think about it though, it's like today's rules weren't yesterday's rules, so it's probably a lot more difficult to get down the field. We're just so used to people getting these big chunks so easily.
And teams go for it on fourth down all the time now.
Yeah,
like everything is just so we're gonna just keep scoring, scoring.
Right. Yeah, different mentality,
totally different.
I was thinking about that shit, like fucking 3 points. Who's stopping that? You just know you're not gonna win. Well, whatever team get the ball first, you're fucked.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I guess you figure if you let it get to overtime, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. But it sucks if you're the team that fought back to get to that point, and then the team that hasn't done shit like the entire second half or something goes out there, gets 30 yards, and kicks a field goal, wins the game. You're like, man, that's some bullshit. You know,
easy dub.
Yeah.
Well, fucking Bills play tonight. I know for damn sure Diggs is about to get a TD tonight. There's no way in hell is he gonna let his brother that plays defense have more TDs than him.
Oh yeah, I seen that. He got more.
Quite the stat, man.
You gotta score now, bro.
What's the most interceptions in a season?
Gotta be like 9 or 10 or something like that, right?
That's more than that, bro.
Like more than that?
Yeah.
I wish we had 10 last year.
Yeah, people that had double digits. I mean, it's probably like 13, 14. I don't know what the record is.
Crazy.
But I know he did tie Rob Woodson for, what is it, the most interceptions through 6 games. So, I don't know what the most interceptions is in the entire season. I would think probably about 13, 14, maybe. I mean, that's a shitload.
Crazy, right?
14.
14?
1952.
But I say it's probably a long time ago.
But there was 13 in the 80s.
Nobody's gotten that many since 1952.
It's hard to get double digit picks because people just stop throwing it your way after a while.
Yeah.
They just say,
"I'm learn their lessons now. We don't keep doing this shit."
People have gotten smart enough to say, like, okay, we're just not gonna throw it to Richard Sherman's side.
That's just like being like Aaron Donald and you're dominating so much, but your numbers get lower because everybody's double teaming and triple teaming you all see.
Right.
So it's gonna hurt your numbers.
That's how it goes. You know, who's gonna throw it at Champ Bailey? Nobody. You know, we know what happens when we throw it at Champ's side.
Champ Bailey's the most recent one on the list.
That's crazy.
2000.
Deion gotta be on there somewhere.
Rondé Barber actually was in 2001. They're all 10. Yeah.
Very rare thing. You've
Crazy.
seen a couple safeties get, I think, 10 interceptions or maybe close to double digits recently, but
tough.
Well,
Yeah,
who you
tough
got
luck
for
for
tonight's game? You think Titans have a chance?
Well, it's in Tennessee. Bills should beat them. Should be a good game though.
It's hard to pick the Titans to beat any teams with a good offense,
Right?
Because their defense is just so horrible.
Yep.
man, the Titans are gonna get bashed. They're gonna get fucked up.
Bills got that defense too, so
Bills can play some pretty good defense, and I mean,
come on, let's guys back.
I mean,
AJ
Josh
Brown
Allen's
and
gonna have a
Julio.
field day tonight. He's gonna go off on them. It's not gonna.
Would have to.
I don't think it's gonna be close. I could, come back and eat my words, but whatever. What about the fucking Ravens destroying the Chargers? Stepping all on them. Boys.
Absolute beatdown. Honestly, I didn't pay a lot of attention to the game because of how bad of a beatdown it was.
It wasn't competitive.
There was no reason to keep an eye on it.
They came out and scored on their first possession, right? The Chargers?
No idea.
I believe they scored on their first possession. And yeah, I mean they got 7. Well, no, I'm wrong. They scored in the second quarter.
Yeah.
But didn't score at all. They had 6 points.
Yeah.
The entire game. This is one of the most explosive offenses in football.
Yeah.
What happened?
Got a little taste of reality.
Yeah,
knock them off their high a little bit.
I didn't get to watch. I have to assume it was just like a game flow situation, one of those random one-offs where you get punched in the mouth and the Ravens just never let him back up. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, because honestly, Lamar's stats aren't that great. I mean, he had like 51 rushing yards, 167 passing.
They were
touchdown, 2 picks.
Playing clock control. They almost twice.
Yeah, I think I heard
time with the ball in them.
They ran for 200 yards, I believe. I mean, they do that.
Well, I mean, collectively, if you look at like all of their running backs, for sure.
187. Yeah.
So I don't know. I wouldn't make too big of a deal out of it. We'll see what happens next week, but that's the best win of the week.
Lamar Jackson.
Win?
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson, the best quarterback in the AFC.
What's up?
Was Lamar Jackson the best quarterback in the AFC?
I don't think so.
I mean, I know you don't, but I'm just saying, like, statistically.
In the AFC?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean,
tough question to answer. Who else is in that conversation?
You got Patrick Mahomes, you got Justin Herbert, you got Josh Allen. You got all the good quarterbacks.
Josh Allen might have them right now.
I would take all 3 of them over Lamar, but
who would win if they played each other?
I would take all 3 of them over
Lamar.
The
Bills and the Ravens?
Lamar's beaten the Chiefs this year. He's beaten the Chargers this year. They will beat the Bills, I think.
I don't.
I mean, I'm just saying. Like,
I just see it.
I don't know what do you want to say right here?
I mean, I'm saying just
you want
at
us
what
to
point
say he's having a great season right now.
It's not the season.
That already.
It's the career.
Nothing changes.
It's not the season. It's the career. Because at what point do we say, you know what, this guy has 30, 35 career wins and 8 losses? What point do we say, well, who else is doing that shit? Like, this is legendary status type thing, and it's not. Yeah, the Ravens are a good team, but they wouldn't do it with Joe Flacco.
I think it's the same.
What do you want?
Argument that you try to have for why you don't think Kyler Murray is going to be as great as he can. He only has 1 playoff win.
No, I mean, I've never said any. No, so he's only been in the league for 3 years. I mean, for 4. This is his 4th season.
What is the praise for Lamar that you think he doesn't get?
Yeah, I don't understand.
You stay on this a lot of people underrated narrative because people told him to go to receiver 4 years ago.
Yeah,
that was an obvious mistake, and those people look foolish now. He's received an MVP already, and I don't ever hear him talked about as a not top 5-6 quarterback. I don't understand where you think he should be that he's not given currently.
Well, I mean, I really think it's almost like, I don't know.
You said yourself he didn't have a good game yesterday.
No, he wasn't fantastic.
One TD, 2 picks.
All he does is win, and you don't have to be fantastic when you're winning football games. That's all I'm saying. That's all he has done when he's coming in the league and win. But he's always had to hear these crazy narratives about how he can't throw the football and you can never win like this. He'll end up getting hurt. The guy has never missed a game type shit. Like all of this crazy stuff that he's defied all odds and all critics and critiques in his entire career at every turn. He's only gotten better. There's never been not one statistic in his career that says he can't throw the ball, but yet people still say this all the time. And it's like, it's mind blowing to me. If Lamar Jackson was Justin Herbert yesterday, Lamar Jackson will be under fire right now. Like, oh, you're supposed to be this type of quarterback, but your team goes out and gets blown out 34. He's, like I said,
Justin Herbert has never been an MVP, and this is his second season.
Lamar Jackson was under all types of shit under his second season, and he was the 32nd player taken. He wasn't even like the top player drafted. He's always been under more scrutiny than anybody else.
But you know the answer to all these questions. You just don't like the way he's talked about, and that's cool. Like that's fine. There's not a right or wrong about that. If you think he's mistreated, you think he's mistreated. There's going to be a certain amount of hate that comes with anybody that plays the game differently than the game has been played before.
Yeah, that's a fact.
The same thing that Steph got early in his career. They're going to hate and they're going to call out the things that you don't do well because they don't like the change in general. People just don't like it. So he got the receiver questions and all the bullshit that he took early on. He won the MVP, and I think the narrative changed at that point. And, of course, you still hear the stuff that they bring up because I hear it more like Harbaugh brought up and other people bring up, oh, I thought he was supposed to be a receiver. Like, I get it being like a fun thing to say on Twitter and shit, but the narrative keeps getting brought up by the people that say they don't like the narrative being brought up.
You remember before the season started, they were saying, has the NFL figured out Lamar Jackson? And that's why I had a problem with it, because I'm like, nobody's saying has the NFL figured out Aaron Rodgers.
He had a bad season the year before.
It wasn't a bad season, though. It wasn't.
It wasn't a
NFL season.
What
says it was bad, though? What statistics says it was bad? It's just, I don't know.
My point is, I don't think you tell the whole story. He's an incredible quarterback. He's top 5 quarterback in the league right now. But the reason that he's had questions about his passing is because he's consistently been a guy that will throw 175 yards in a game regularly. It's not like a one-off situation. And I believe he's had low completion percentages early on in his career, no?
No, his rookie year, it was 59%. That's the worst it's ever been.
Right.
And since then, it's been above 60. For his career, it's above 64%. That's why I said all of these narratives come out, and I'm like, are people looking at what statistic says this? And that's all I wanted to know. It's like, he led the NFL in touchdown passes. But then there's a motherfucker sitting on the couch saying, this guy can't throw. I'm like, yo, what the fuck are we talking about? That's the only thing that really bothers me.
I don't hear nobody saying none of that shit this year.
I don't either.
I don't see nobody talking about him like that this year. Like, he's been winning close games and winning the overtimes.
No, maybe I just watched
finally beat the Chiefs. He's been successful this year so far.
But I'm just saying, maybe I just watch different shit. I mean, people are giving the props now because he had this amazing game the other week where on Monday Night Football, where he literally was the best passer ever who's thrown more than 400 yards in a game. So, like, now everybody's saying, oh, yeah, you can win like this. But,
So when he's performed, he's been given praise, is what you're saying.
I mean, he has to literally set records of, he's the only person to ever do this before somebody's like, you know what? He's actually kind of good. For somebody to be like, you know what? He actually could be a decent quarterback in the NFL. He has to do something nobody else can. He has to break Dan Marino's record for the most wins under the age of 25 for somebody to be like, you know what? He actually can play football a little bit. He's not bad at quarterback.
Lamar Jackson's a very good quarterback that I will not put in the same tier as I do Mark Jackson. I don't believe so, but I might have. If I did,
sound like Mark Jackson.
Mark Jackson.
I think he said Lamar.
Maybe he did. I was like, what the hell Mark Jackson got to do with this?
He does not put the same fear in me as the top elite quarterbacks. And I'm not going to defend that. It is what it is. That's an eye test type shit. I don't care.
Yeah, Yeah.
I don't know. I think he'll put fear in me. Just because he
do so much. I think he puts more fear.
It's not a game that you want to play, but if it's late in the game and you're up or it's tied, that I'm not afraid of him the way I am Mahomes and the other elite passing quarterbacks. That just is what it is.
But the last big time moments we've seen him late in games where he's down, he's made it happen with his arm, like on spectacular plays. Just saying. How many times? You know, we see it one time from Justin Herbert. You're like, oh, this guy's elite. Lamar has to keep doing it.
One time.
I'm just saying, really though.
You've got a narrative in your head that you're fighting with that other people aren't saying. You're fighting with yourself and trying to prove to us. Are you winning?
No, I'm not.
Are you winning your fight with yourself?
I'll win this argument or this debate in 10 years when everybody looks back and say, oh, the guy might be the greatest quarterback to ever play the fucking game.
You sound stupid.
I'm just saying.
You say something, you sound dumber.
He's just
the greatest to ever play the game. No, it's not going to be nobody close to that. But it is what it is.
I don't even know where to go from here.
I fucking Kyler Murray for MVP, bro.
Jackson.
Kyler Murray, yeah, I mean, at this point, I don't see many losses on the Cardinals' schedule. When you look at their schedule.
What was all that dumb shit you were talking about Murray 2 weeks ago?
Yeah. I never said the Cardinals weren't a good team, and I never said Murray wasn't a good quarterback. I just said at a certain point, I think you can make him feel his size.
Is he big enough?
Can he carry a team? No, they're playing good collective football at this point. Their defense is playing pretty well. Special teams is playing all across the board. They're playing well. I mean, they're putting up a lot of points. I think, you know, they're clearly the best team in football right now. That's what their record says. They're the only undefeated team in football. And like I said, when you look down their record or their schedule, I see maybe 3 losses at the most. So, you know, I mean, it looks like they're going to make the playoffs and stuff like that. But, I mean, we'll see where it happens or where it goes after that. So, but I'm not hating on Kyle. I never hated on Kyler Murray. I just made a statement.
Right, you were. Right. Of course.
Kyler Murray is a good player, bro.
Can we get into Mahomes a little bit?
Never said he was a bad player.
We can, but this is going to go about as well as Lamar. Now I'm just going to have to turn my anger towards Moss because I know he's dying to get off on Mahomes.
I'm just saying,
I'm ready to ride.
They got the dub this weekend. They needed this dub. I must say they needed it because they was on the fucking clock.
Badly needed it.
Like I said last night,
watch any of these games.
Mahomes is turning into a pick throwing machine out here, and it's kind of wild to see all these picks going by. Of course, a few of them been tip passes and shit. A lot of them just been bad passes. But hey, he got to tighten up out here. You can't be third in the league in picks behind 2 rookies on the worst teams in the league.
I think this is the most bullshit narrative out right now.
What? That he's a pick throwing machine?
Absolutely. The Chiefs.
Got 7 of them.
The Chiefs are. They've got 3 of them were
15 of the last 15 games.
3 of them were tipped balls right over the middle where his receiver just slaps it into the air. Tyreek Hill can't catch all of a sudden. 3 of those are that. The Chiefs are a disaster right now, and it's fun to pile on top of them. Mahomes isn't the problem. I don't care what anybody says.
Oh, no, Mahomes is definitely not the problem. But
if there's a problem, it's that he's trying to carry too much and is doing plays that are outside of his usual game, which is a knock. That's fine.
I thought that's what
he's not the problem.
So great about Mahomes. He does shit that nobody else can do.
It is.
So then when it's not working, it can't be like, oh, it's just.
How is it not working? The offense hasn't had any problems.
Okay.
Has it?
He's throwing picks every single week.
Has the offense had problems?
Yeah. You think that's a problem though? Yeah. See, to me, I don't think.
Wait.
They're still playing this come from behind shit again.
What problems are they putting up 30 points a week?
You said, are they?
Yeah.
I don't know, are they?
Just about. Except for the Bills game.
If they're putting up 30, what was it, 27 that game?
20.
If they're putting up 30 points a week,
yeah,
what are they supposed to do?
They're still putting up points. They just get down early. They're still playing that to get down early shit. You can't keep doing that, man.
But they're not down because of the offense.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, Mahomes.
They both play a part.
This is a situation. I was trying to think of a better example earlier today, and I just can't think of one. But Mahomes is on such a pedestal because he's been just so ridiculous, and he hasn't had the mistakes that most people have early in their career. That he's done the thing where you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. He's not a villain. Like, he's not a hated player by any means. But people are really looking to find something that they can, like, knock him on. So the interception thing is easily a great target because it's like, yo, you lead the league in interceptions. You're the best quarterback. Like it's just an easy shot. But I think it makes
I think it's a more of a big deal. You try to make it out to be. I think it's like if you're a QB that's throwing a lot of picks, that's a big issue. It's like if you was a running back that fumbles the ball, it's a turnover.
It's not.
You don't want to get the ball up to the other team.
It's not the same.
Well, because if you're a running back that fumbles the ball because your offensive line strips it from you, then I won't count that fumble against you.
Oh, you can't do that. We can't make it like they're not still picks because a few of them got tipped.
Bro, look, but you
had some bad picks too.
You reading into it too deep. Like, I don't know. I don't think about interceptions as other people do. Like, as this being like this damning thing of, or you can't throw interceptions. Well, we know
because you love Jameis, so.
I mean, no, I like quarterbacks with some fucking gumption, bro. Like when you throw a pick, what do you do next? Like that's what builds or shows the like true character of a quarterback and like his playmaking skills under the highest pressure and like anxiety in those big moments and shit like that. I want to see you throw an interception and how you bounce back. One of the most exciting quarterbacks to ever watch in NFL history is Brett Favre, and that's the guy I compared Patrick Mahomes coming out to. So him throwing interceptions isn't look how many chances he takes. Look how many times they put the ball in the air. Like, this is the only way they could win the game. So him throwing a few picks is not a big deal. It's because you know he's going to respond and keep slinging it. So I mean, I don't look at it as being this huge issue, and it's definitely not the reason why they lost 3 games early.
Okay.
Or so. I mean, I'm not putting that on Mahomes. And his interceptions.
Okay. I just leave it alone.
Do you think there's any
different? He can do no wrong, I guess.
No, I mean, you don't want to throw
bad for a QB now.
You don't think there's any?
You just saying you're responsible. Picks are a good thing. I want to see a QB throw a pick. No, you don't. Yeah. You don't want to see a QB throw a pick.
No, what I'm saying is, what I'm saying, I want to see how you respond.
You want him to not throw the pick, bro.
No, you don't want to turn the ball over.
I'm not riding with him.
You don't want to turn the ball over. But what I'm saying is, Brett Favre is one of the greatest quarterbacks in NFL history. I get it, but
he was a turnover beast too. That's still a big issue.
That's not a good example.
Yeah, it's not.
Mahomes, though.
It's not.
Why not?
Before all this, we was talking about Mahomes, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. We don't put Brett Favre in that conversation.
Yes, you do.
No,
bro.
we don't.
He's a 2-time MVP.
No, we don't.
When Brett Favre retired,
he is a Hall of Famer, but we did not have Brett Favre in the conversation of greatest quarterbacks of all time.
Time out.
What are you talking about?
Brett Favre retired from the NFL. He was renowned. Like, everybody thought that he was the best He led the NFL in touchdown passes in NFL history and all yards in NFL history and interceptions. Right. He led in pretty much all statistical quarterback categories.
You never want to lead in interceptions. That's all I'm saying.
Brett Favre did it, and he was renowned as the greatest quarterback of all time, bro. Y'all might not remember that, but I remember when that was the case. That was prior to Peyton Manning.
Heard Brett Favre be brought up in the greatest of all time conversation.
Bro, he's a 2-time MVP.
Yeah, he was great. He had some great moments in his career. He had a long career. Yes, he's a Hall of Famer, but he's never been brought up in that conversation.
But Mahomes,
how many 2-time MVPs would never be brought up in that conversation? You tell me that. Like, come on.
Never heard till today.
That was prior to Brady winning all of his championships and Peyton Manning winning another championship.
Joe Montana, maybe Peyton Manning, maybe fucking Troy Aikman, maybe John Elway, but I've never heard Brett Favre in that conversation.
Have you ever heard the fact that he led all quarterbacks in all statistics? Why wouldn't somebody then say he was the best quarterback of all time if he led all statistical categories?
I'm just saying I've never heard it. Obviously, you hear it all the time.
You heard it.
Obviously, you hear it all the time. It's my first time ever hearing it.
I've heard him in those conversations. I do think of him like that. But I would like to talk about Mahomes still. There's a bad comparison because Mahomes is not a notorious interception thrower.
Right.
My point is that like their style isn't the same. I think of I don't even know where I was going to go with that.
You don't think it's like the same gunslinger? Yeah,
I think that's the only thing.
It's the gunslinger mentality and like the crazy plays they can make with their arm or like off schedule and stuff like that. It's just that Mahomes happens to be more efficient at it. But Brett Favre was. I'm
saying if his discussion is based on throwing it
right now, we all
Mahomes highlights.
It's not highlights though; it's all his picks. They're showing all his picks.
Oh, good.
They've been showing all his interceptions, bad passes. But yeah, go ahead.
I'm sure you got to see the tipped ones then. This is insane. This is your Mahomes vendetta is just beyond ridiculous.
It's not. It's just.
It is.
I think y'all shot him at the top so fast because he had so much success early on in his career out the gate. And that's great.
But he's still at the top.
It's a long way to go. It's a long road to go. Everybody hits that slump. You got to go through these bumpy roads. He's been the best quarterback in the league for 3 years. You can't shoot somebody at the top because he won one ring.
Mahomes could throw
just one ring. We said a lot of greats win one ring.
Mahomes could throw 15 plus picks for the next 5 years of his career, and he'll still be a top 5 quarterback in each one of those years. It won't matter for him.
Okay,
he's gonna make enough plays where you're gonna forget about all of those interceptions.
I don't agree with that.
I'm just saying.
Sure. The last question I have on this, the last thing I want to address, y'all feel free to keep talking about it. You don't believe that do you believe that all interceptions are created equal?
Of course not, but it's still an interception.
That's all I want to hear. I understand. Whatever your point is.
Here's what it is.
Well, Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is the most disrespectful human being on this earth. If you are a Bears fan, you've got to want to assassinate
you hate this motherfucker for sure.
You've hated him for your whole life anyway.
It's like the Jets hate us.
But for him to come in and say, I own you, I've owned you my whole fucking life, I still own you, it's got to be the most disrespectful.
Oh, it's gotta hurt.
Athlete to a fan.
Flicking them off. That's why he was responding to the his face.
I say disrespectful. I don't mean this in a bad way.
Right.
I mean, like, this is the most disrespectful thing that somebody's done to a fan, and it is incredible.
I wonder how often does that happen, and it's not like we don't have the audio for it.
I'm sure there's plenty of shit talk, but it's something different about somebody that just beats your team all the time. Says, I own you.
I fucking own you.
Oh my God.
He knows it. It's like he knows every time he walks in and he plays these motherfuckers, what's going to happen. He's coming out on the other side with a W.
Right.
Not concerned at all.
I've never heard a quarterback talk like that.
That's a wild boy.
I've never heard that shit before. I like it.
I do too.
I kind of don't like it, but then I like it. I'm like, oh, that's kind of like an asshole type thing. But it's like he's saying it's a fucking fact, though.
You like that?
He keeps backing it up.
He does. It's
a fucking fact. It would have been different if he said that and they lost the game. You'd be like, oh, this dude's an idiot. But no.
Dak is like that with the Giants. I was looking up betting stuff a couple weeks ago when they played him, and he's something like 13-3, I think, against the Giants.
Oh yeah, I mean Ben's record. Have you seen Ben's record against the Browns?
On the Browns, yeah, his is retarded.
It's like 23. I mean, it's a lot better now, but it's like 23-2 or 23-3 or something like that, and 1 or something like this. That and the Bengals record is nuts.
What's his record against them in the playoffs?
The Browns?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe 1-1.
Oh,
I can only imagine what Brady's record is against the whole division.
Being funny. Fuck you, man. I don't know. Maybe 1-1. Maybe 0-1.
Probably 0-1.
Most likely.
Yeah, that was legit. Honestly, I didn't watch that game at all. I never watched the Bears play ever.
I didn't see.
They're never the game that I want to watch because they're in it. But
shout out to that backup running back though. Got me a tutty.
What was his name?
Tutty Herbert.
Herbert.
He had the same game like David Montgomery would have. I appreciate it.
What about the Raiders rallying after the whole Gruden fucking scandal?
I don't know anything about the game. I know enough about the scandal though.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about the game.
Let's get right into that.
Yeah, I was going to bring up the Gruden.
Did we even talk about it last week?
We brought it up briefly, but the shit didn't hit the fan.
The next day he resigned after we potted.
Right.
I didn't know how deep it was.
I didn't either.
We had talked about it a little bit, and I'm like, okay.
When we had talked about it, well, all I knew at the time was the shit he said about the black dude.
Yeah, right, with the Michelin tire.
Yeah,
that obviously a lot more shit came out after that.
Yeah. And then you said that he say that that meant like liars to him when he said that. Rubber lips. Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny, like, when we brought up about the Chappelle special, it's kind of the same thing that happened with Gruden. Like, when he said the shit about the rubber lips, they was trying to just brush that shit off. But then when the other shit talking about, we talking about the gay shit and the women and all that shit, he resigned immediately. It was like, it was a total different reaction.
That's exactly what Dave Chappelle said. So niggas been trying to fight for this for years.
Say anything about them, it's like they out of here.
Nobody cares when he said anything racist. He was able to do his job. He coached these.
Yeah, he probably would still be there if it was just that.
He coached 35 black men that day after his racist email leaked. But soon as
because they got that one game player,
they got one game player, you gotta get the fuck up out of here. Carl Nassib is not going for that shit.
I was like, damn, man, they got him up out of there, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty nuts, man. I honestly, like I said, my stance on it honestly is I feel bad for John Gruden.
Why you feel bad for him?
I feel terrible for John Gruden. I think it's completely
you about
unfair.
To have your R. Kelly defense with this?
I guess similar.
I think don't say that because I'm kind of on your side.
I think it's just unfair, bro. I think he didn't. Where is this coming from? Again, just some background. This investigation is on the Washington football team.
Right.
Has nothing to do with, or had nothing to do with John Gruden. Yeah. Some emails were recovered, and
650
for some reason,
1,000 emails. I think it was.
For some reason, only John Gruden's emails were leaked, and not the replies back. Who was he talking to? We know he was talking to, I guess,
Bruce Allen,
and stuff like that. But what was he saying back? You don't just. I'm not just gonna text you some crazy shit, and we've never had conversations or. You know what I'm saying, about these things before. These are things that these are how we converse. This is how we talk on a daily basis. Like, so what was said back to him and stuff like that. I mean, why are more heads rolling? I mean, what does he have anything to do with this? And my biggest issue is that he was not employed by the NFL when these emails were being sent. So
that don't matter.
I mean, ultimately it doesn't, but this is a private conversation. This is not from his Raiders email account. This is from his personal email account. The NFL can fuck off. I mean, that's how I feel about it. It's just it's none of your business, and whoever leaked this shit should be the problem. That's what I feel like.
I agree with most of what you said, and I think it's 10 years ago. It was more than 10 years ago.
Yeah, right. 2011.
It is what it is. I don't want to say I feel bad for him, but I do a little bit.
He can never work again.
I do a little bit at the same time.
He could never work again. This guy would have been, after his job was up.
I think he could work again, probably.
Not the kind of roles and stuff that he would have had and opportunities he would have had prior to.
Back in an ESPN-ish role in a year or two.
Man, people are they're never letting this shit go.
Not true. I don't have
he's too proud. I feel like he's too proud to unleash, some kind of apology where he's like, calling out each group and stuff like that to say he apologizes for this and that he said. I feel like he's too proud to do that. So I don't know.
I don't think people care for real about most stuff. You just got to go away for a little bit and you can come back.
Yeah. People don't forget, man.
They do.
Not the internet.
I mean, it'll definitely haunt him for the rest of whatever the hell he does after this, but it'll be all right. It is what it is. I mean, he resigned. I don't think they forced him to resign, did they?
Oh, they definitely.
Fuck yeah. They told him to get the fuck up out of there.
I thought the story was like they had a meeting with him and he was like, I'm out. Like, he just quit.
No. The story before he even got fired, the night before, the story was that the NFL doesn't want to fire Gruden themselves. They want the Raiders to do it, and the Raiders won't do it. So they were going to release more emails until they did it.
Oh, so
the initial email that they thought was going to be enough was the DeMaurice Smith issue, and nothing happened. And they said, "All right, here's some more. Resign, or we've got more."
Right, this is a witch hunt. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
I don't think that applies here.
Why not?
It was a witch
they
hunt.
had evidence of what he had done. They just were more bully than a witch hunt.
I guess whatever. To me, it's just imaginary.
I guess whatever.
To me, it's imaginary. That's why I call it that. Like, this is not a real issue. This is something that we're creating the issue.
I do think they created the issue on purpose to get rid of
an
issue that they had.
Right. Who did he wrong?
I told y'all he had words for Roger Goodell in those emails.
He did.
And once that happened, Goodell took it personally.
And he sent the Redskins cheerleaders tits to everybody.
I don't think that got him in trouble, probably.
Probably some of that probably we should have did. He probably had like frontal pictures of like all the Redskins cheerleaders and he was just sending them to people. Well, it was getting sent around to people, I guess. So I guess obviously it was other people involved that did it. They had put into this because he wasn't sending them.
So they were like fucking trafficking cheerleaders or something.
Well, that's the shit with the skins.
Because he wasn't involved in the organization. So I was just wondering why does he have pictures of them?
That was part of the probe into the
their
treatment of cheerleaders and stuff. I don't know. All of it was going to end up this way regardless. The only thing that I'll leave y'all with, just think about what would happen if your group chats were published to your employer. I know I'm a good person. I know I'm a good person. I don't care what nobody else says. I don't need anybody to validate that.
I wouldn't be that bad.
No fucking way.
You see a bunch of ass and titties and shit?
Nah, the jokes that get made with friends.
Oh yeah, I mean some of them. Yeah, I probably think
out of context, just pulling up a text. It's like he said this. It looks insane, but if in the context, it's like, yo, I'm trying to say something outrageous because we're just going nuts saying
right.
That's what I said. Who is he talking to? Yeah. This is obviously they're comfortable with these conversations.
What makes it different with Gruden and like us doing that is Gruden is talking about employees and employee referees and cheerleaders and
there's chats I don't want people
players.
To see about.
You're talking about actual people that are employed by whatever entity that you're involved with. So it's a different thing.
Were employed by, and again, he wasn't employed by that entity at that time.
I get why they let him go, just off of the PR alone.
Yeah, I'm just saying,
bad look.
I've there's things I've said about fellow employees that if pulled up would not be taken in the best way.
Dropping all types of shit, F-bombs.
10 years later,
he was like, Carl. Yeah, I said the shit. That's how the fuck I speak.
You just told on yourself, huh?
Yeah, I said the shit.
I was tiptoeing all around mine.
No, fuck it. I said it.
I'll tell you there's stuff I don't want you to see. I'm not going to tell you what it is.
I said it. Yeah, that's right. So, I mean, that's what I would do in that situation. I'm not apologizing. I'm like, yeah, I fucking said it. Do something.
You're fired.
Yeah, right. That's how it's gonna go.
This is why you think he'll never have a job again.
Yeah,
because that's how I would think. I'll be like, oh, fuck you.
I'm telling you, just gotta be quiet for a couple of years and he'll come back as an OC for somebody.
He does not strike me as the type.
A little bit.
He doesn't strike me as the type to do that. John Gruden, he got fucking $100 million guaranteed. He's probably like, all right, well, you know what? Fuck this shit. He can start his own little sports podcast.
Yeah, he's gonna be fine.
Or be seen on do a little segment on Pat McAfee's show.
You're like actively proving yourself wrong.
Right. Exactly. You see, name many things.
Yeah, this is all. Yeah, I guess so.
I was more
he's
so
not going
speaking,
to jail, bro. He's free.
I was more so speaking like as with a major network like ESPN
he probably won't be a head coach again.
Right, or work in the actual sport. He'll have to start something else of his own.
Right.
In order, and he got plenty of money and resources to do that shit.
Yeah.
He did that before when he went to ESPN.
Yeah, it's on the show. Yeah.
I mean, he's an old man. He's not like 75 or nothing, but he's an old man. Like, fuck football. Let me go do the podcast thing for 3 years.
A lot of people like Gruden talk shit about football.
For sure.
I would listen.
For sure. And anytime there's something like this, you'll have enough supporters of people that didn't think it was right that he got fired.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, I'm on that. That's me,
Carl. Listen, just cut.
Go ahead and start it up.
I respect that. I listen to something just off of principle like that. Not Gruden, but
and I would, man. Fuck his brother, but
principalities.
Gruden's already in my book. I saw one thing. It said Antonio Brown was ahead of his time. He said Gruden was a racist. Ben was washed up, and something else. I forgot what the last fact was.
I can't remember either.
Well, it was just a funny little.
Yep.
Meme. That dude's still good. That guy can still
something about Juju too. Juju won't shit without him.
Juju won't shit without him.
Hey,
that's fucked up. Hey. He still shouldn't say anything about Juju. Juju's great.
We still shouldn't.
Juju is great.
Yeah, I say this little speech he did tearing up was like they had like a Hawaiian party or something.
Yeah, he's half Polynesian.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, he's a black dude.
No, I mean he is black. He's black and Polynesian, but he more so. I don't think he knows.
That's a good sauce.
I don't think he knows his.
Very good.
I don't think he knows his dad though. So it's like that's the side that he embraces most.
Tough break, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Juju's a great player. He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Y'all love being other things plus black. Why is that?
Who's y'all?
mean?
Black people.
I don't know how you put
We mean other things plus black though.
Like y'all are part Indian?
No, I mean, but you're still only black though.
Self-hate out here. I'm a black man. I don't know nothing deep.
First of all, stop that, bro.
I'm a black man.
Stop that. Stop that, bro. Stop what you're saying.
Don't hate your skin, brother. Don't hate your skin, brother.
That's not the case. I'm a full nigga. So I don't know.
Oh, he one up you. What are you?
Love yourself, king. I'm a black king.
I'm not a fucking proud black man. I'm a full nigga.
You are more than that. You are more than that.
I am a full nigga. Bro, because that's all
I'm your bigger friend.
No, I mean I have no issue with people saying that because
making shit up.
The outside world only looks at you as black. So why not go ahead and tell them like, oh yeah, I happen to be this as well.
Unless you're Logic.
Just say it.
Logic is a white man.
Poor guy.
Oh yeah. Well, but these days, I mean, why can't you be anything that you identify as?
Uh-oh.
That's where we going.
Put that can of worms. Put the top back on.
I'm just saying. If you want to be a white man or a black man, Andrew, if you want to say the word, you can say it. If you say that you identify as a black man, no, you have to accept all black problems.
What if I say that I identify as and then use it as the first time?
You can do that.
I can break the seal.
You can do that shit. Yeah, you can pop it up.
Dive in first on that shit.
Like that.
Yeah, I'm here. We made it.
Tune in next week.
Well,
I gotta practice.
Again, conversations.
You gotta practice in the mirror.
Tune in next week.
Hey, why not though?
I'm good.
Identify as Asian. Maybe get an A in math or something.
Just because you identify as that's automatic A.
That's racist. I think.
A for Asian.
That's a bit racist.
I think so. I don't know. I think that was all the good football stuff we had.
Yeah, I don't have.
But we did get new breaking news on Kyrie Irving. It's not breaking anymore, but it was at the time.
It was. He went on. He took it to IG Live on y'all to get his shit off.
Yeah, go on IG Live.
So, believe it or not, even when I have Kyrie's back, I thought he goes on IG Live and sounds like a fucking idiot. But hey,
I can't even hold him down. He was saying a whole bunch of bullshit in that IG Live.
I didn't
listen to the whole thing. I heard one segment and it sounded pretty logical.
The only thing that I've seen, just like I've just read stuff about what he said. But the one thing where he said like it wasn't even specifically about the vaccine. It's about fighting for other people that lost their jobs or something. I just thought he sounded retarded when he started going that direction.
Got like two clips. Get the rundown.
Let me hear it.
All around this and that, and you're gonna lose out on money, and you're gonna lose out on this. Like, so what? It's not about the money, baby. It's not always about the money, baby. It's about choosing what's best for you. You think I really want to lose money?
It's like somebody's drunk uncle.
You think I really want to give up on my dream to go after a championship? You think I really just want to give up my job? You think I really just want to sit at home and not go after the things with my teammates that I've been able to grow with, to learn that it takes sacrifice in this space? Because we could be easily at home chilling with our families, but we're choosing to go out there and perform. You know, and even in that job, like that's a dream come true. I've been working on that since I was in 4th grade. You think I'm going to give up my livelihood because of a mandate? Because I don't have accommodations? Because I'm unvaccinated? Come on. I'm not going to be used as a person in this agenda. You know, like I'm not. I need to revolve around. And no, I'm not going and leaving this game like this. There's still so much more work to do. And there's still so many more other youngins to inspire because I know they want to be better than me. And I can't wait to play against all y'all on this stage. And it's just exciting that we get to continue to build each other up, you know, because that's all this really be about. So, yeah, that's from Ka.
So the second clip sounded like a Russell Wilson interview. Go ahead.
I think he said he wasn't retiring.
What's his solution though? Like, yeah, well, he says no, I'm not leaving this game. What's your solution?
Well, I think he's just saying, like most was just saying, he's just saying he wasn't going to retire because that started to come up as a thing.
Yeah, but
you expect him to.
What happens?
I guess the expectation is that there's not going to be a vaccine mandate for the rest of the time. Is his I would assume that's his stance on it.
You know, it's I seen somebody say something like, I seen somebody say something like, this wouldn't even be a big deal if you played like 13 miles over and they were still in New Jersey.
Oh yeah,
instead of playing in New York because they don't have the mandate in New Jersey like they do in New York.
I know
it would be no issue.
You saw the thing where Bradley Beal played in the Garden?
No.
Bradley Beal's another one that's unvaccinated, but he's allowed to play in the Garden because the rules apply to the state
residents in the state.
Yeah, it's a state mandate that if your company is in the state, you can't have employees unvaccinated.
That's wild.
Well, can't you just if your company is
to play as a visitor, no problem. Right. Another weird wrinkle. I agree with pretty much everything Kyrie has to say on this stuff, and I respect that he's taking this stance. It's just hard for me to really get behind him hard because he just seems like he's always trying to be the martyr. I mean, that's what I've always said. Yeah. And it lays out perfectly for this instance where he gets to be a martyr.
How y'all feel about him saying that he's doing it for the essential workers or whatnot that are getting fired if they don't have the vaccination? Like, that's his reasoning for not taking it.
That's the thing that's what makes me realize that he's trying to be a martyr.
Okay.
I think because I don't believe that. I just don't think that's genuine. It seems like a good excuse to put out there that somebody else can't argue.
I guess I don't understand. Like, if that's what you're doing it for, what is you not taking it? I don't understand. Because you're a lot well off to not play and still be good, but the people that are getting fired for not having it are.
Wouldn't he be better served like setting up some kind of fundraiser for them, some program?
Which he probably does.
But I think what his thing is right now is he's bringing. I hate the awareness shit, but it is awareness. He's bringing awareness, and he is an important enough piece that people actually listen. They immediately, once this started to get fuzzy 3 weeks ago, they immediately started all of a sudden coming up with a new practice facility that he will be able to. They were trying to work around it at first.
Right.
And then they decided we're not making these extra exceptions. But people did listen for a minute. And this is somewhat unrelated, but it's kind of related. Southwest Airlines, a bunch of their employees and pilots specifically have been refusing to work because of the mandates. And they've had to cancel thousands of flights because of it. Right. That's an actual industry, I think, that could have an impact on the mandates not being mandatory because everybody needs pilots.
Facts.
And they're on a short supply. It's not like you just go grab a pilot for next week.
Hurt the pockets. Hurt the money.
They have actual power. I think that's what Kyrie's trying to do as well. But I thought it was going to work, to be honest. I thought the NBA was going to cave and do everything they needed to make him still be okay. But they're starting to say, hey, we're moving forward. So now
it's hard to do just being one person.
Yeah, now his feet are going to really be to the fire. We'll see what he decides to do. I hope he sticks with it.
Because, I mean, people are going to listen, but my point would be, if it's just Kyrie, for how long? Because the reason why they listen is because of the platform that he has is in the NBA. You take that platform away, and it's just like, how many people are actually paying attention to you? Yeah. How many people are actually just Kyrie fans and not fans of the NBA? Not many. So it's like they're not going to give a fuck about Kyrie 2 years from now if he has no association with the NBA. You might remember some of the things that he did, in the past, but that's pretty much it. You're not going to be checking on what's Kyrie doing today and what's his stance on COVID-19, in fucking 2025. So if he's not in the NBA, so I think it would be in his best interest to find a way to get back on the court, regardless of what that may be.
Well, they've taken his contract and stitched it off the table. So
got to, you got to if you're the team. At the same time, he might change his mind. I mean, it's all fluid. You've got to say you're not going to play to really have any leverage. And they took the leverage back and said, fine, we'll move on without you. So now it's up to him to see, what's the next step. But we already saw, what was the first basketball player? Who was the one that changed his mind quick? Wiggins.
Yeah.
Cam just came out today, Cam Newton, and just said he's vaccinated and is wanting to still play or something.
Yeah.
So we still don't, I'm not saying that the vaccine thing was Cam's reason why he got cut, but he seemed to change his voice on this. Yeah, now that he's looking for
realize
work.
You like, well, shit. I want a job.
Yeah.
You know, this is what I'm skilled at. This is what I do. And not to say that Cav's hurting for any money or anything like that. I'm sure he got plenty of investments and businesses that are thriving. You know, he's made plenty of money over his NFL career, but at the same time, it's like, do you just want to sit at home while you have these talents that you can make more from and you know, build your legacy with, you know, furthermore and stuff like that? Like, no, you gonna take the fucking shot and get your ass out there.
He got cut
and
like
do what you
going
do.
into the season.
Right. You're gonna go do what you've been doing all your life. Like, these guys have been playing basketball and football literally all their life. You know what I'm saying? Since they were fucking 6 years old or some shit like that. Like, you gonna let this stop you from doing that? I don't think so. That's why I'm not buying that shit.
I hope so. I still respect it to the utmost.
Yeah, I mean,
let
look,
these fuckers make you do
cute.
nothing.
It's cute.
Nah,
it's one of them things that's
shit.
No,
it's
about
cute.
To
get on his disrespectful stuff. No, just because you don't believe in it, don't mean
cute.
nothing.
It sounds good. That's one of the things. Like, oh, it sounds cute. But it's like, how much you really willing to forfeit about this shit? Like, come on, bro.
Hopefully, everything. Fuck the mandatory vaccines.
I don't know. Whatever. As a vaccinated man, I stand on the other side. What do you mean?
Did you get the second one yet?
I'm fully vaccinated, bro. You talk. I'm fully
with the half.
What? Half nothing.
Oh, shit.
Fully vaccinated, though.
Fully vaccinated, part Polynesian.
Part Polynesian.
What was the other basketball thing? Wasn't it something else basketball related?
Ben Simmons is back in Philly. He practiced with him last couple of days. See one video they was doing like do a team huddle at the end of the practice. He didn't join in with that. He just stood on the side and just left out the door. He act like a real pussy out here right now.
Oh man, this is gonna get weird.
You can't act like a baby, bro. If you there now, you can't act like a baby at practice now.
It's gonna be bad.
Yeah, so yeah, some fists might get thrown. I can see him maybe piecing them up at some point.
They should just do that, get it over with.
Yeah, because you can't just be moping around like a little baby like at practice and shit.
No,
I'll give you one day.
I'll give you one day of that.
Yeah,
I'll give you one day, the first day back to be
season start tomorrow,
off to
bro.
the side or whatever.
Season start tomorrow, bro. Get that shit out your system.
That's crazy. That's crazy that basketball is back tomorrow.
NBA is back, bro.
Already.
Yeah.
It feels too early. 2
big games tomorrow, too. Lakers Warriors, Brooklyn and Bucks.
Oh, wow.
Big games. Start the season off.
No Kyrie.
No Kyrie.
He will not be playing.
Yeah, it feels too early, though. I'm not interested right now.
What do you mean too early? It's when the season starts. You
don't feel like it? I get it's on schedule.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels too early. Like, I don't want it right now.
Right. I mean, it's everybody not really worried about the beginning of the season. I'm gonna be on there for my bets. Yeah. I love NBA prop bets.
They're a lot easier.
It's just be hidden, bro.
A lot easier.
Pretty consistently.
Than football.
So I've been checking in for that. I'm probably gonna watch a whole bunch of games. I'll check on the Celtics and all every now and then, but.
Tuesdays and Wednesdays are boring nights.
Yeah.
So
those games be on them nights. You gonna check them out?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind throwing on a Tuesday TNT game.
That's like tomorrow night. Those two matchups. You might want to check those out.
Yeah. Yeah. Opening
got new squads. Yeah.
Opening night's fun anyway.
Lakers with that new squad and all that. See how they looking.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. You excited at all?
I don't watch basketball at this time.
We know. Yeah.
At all?
I'm not gonna watch much of it.
I feel you. I'm not mad at you.
I'll catch some highlights.
It's football season right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'll catch some highlights. It'll be some cool things that go on.
What's up with Zion? Is he hurt?
He is. He's not starting the season.
Yeah, they said I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Foot injury.
Yeah, some kind of injury.
It's a new thing, or it was like from the off season.
He said he had surgery in the off season.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't even know he had it, but yeah,
I don't think Zion is ever going to start a season. I don't know if he did last year. Now he didn't, right? He set out like the first few games, or he was at least on some kind of pitch count or minute count or whatever.
No, he started last year.
He might have, but he wasn't playing a lot of minutes. He was probably playing like 15 minutes or something like that.
What's the best ability?
Availability.
Oh shit!
I mean, that's the truth when it comes down to it.
Might be up there with the fundamentals.
I like that one better though.
Yeah, the fundamentals.
Got that availability, bro.
No, bro. The fundamentals is fucking.
Who do they got in there? Who's their point guard now?
I have no idea.
They picked somebody up, but I mean, they're not gonna be good. The Pelicans are gonna stink.
There's no way they're gonna be good again.
They're gonna stink. They're not gonna be good at all. They weren't good with the nice young pieces they had.
I bet you Zoe's happy he got the fuck up out of there. He about to be thriving with the Bulls.
They're gonna be fun to watch.
They got a lot of guards, man. A lot of talent.
A lot of talent for sure.
Yeah, we all saw the clips of Giannis fucking sinking jumpers.
Seen him in jumpers.
Looking fucking fluid out there.
Very efficient.
I need to know. I need to see more of that.
Yeah.
I need to know if that was one of those bullshit Ben Simmons videos that we've seen before.
But it's different. It was an actual game. It was an actual game. He was smooth. I feel like the way he was shooting, it was like he was putting the league on notice.
Yeah.
Y'all got to deal with this year now.
Yeah.
I got a pull up.
Like, well, it's not even a pull up that's impressive, really, to me, because it's like, all right, I knew he was going. It's the back to the basket game.
The fadeaways.
If he's doing that,
I didn't see those.
Yeah, he was hitting the fadeaway jumpers.
I was seeing
back to the basket shit.
This is a graduation. These are the moments where you say, "Oh, this dude's a real basketball player now," and he's already done everything a basketball. He got every accolade that you could ever want. Comeback player of the year, defensive player of the year, MVP, won a ring, fucking finals MVP. What has he not done?
Now he got that ring. It's the toughest part.
And what is he, 26?
The toughest part is defending it.
Yeah, right.
And that's what he has to do now. He got to defend that shit.
True. He's 26 years old. I don't know. I think people have we've literally overlooked or I know we've recognized Giannis as a great player, but we might have underestimated how great this dude can be, overall.
Giannis is Lamar.
I was about to say he's dealt with the same issues that Lamar did in basketball.
Lamar. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. I mean, that's a fair comment.
Pulls a Giannis, Lamar will be Giannis.
And at this point, you know what shut everybody up? He got that ring. He got that ring. Right, you can't hate on him now. Now you just got to deal with what it is.
And the thing is, he got the ring the way they said he could never get a ring.
That's why it was so good.
Right. So Lamar has to do that as well to get the ring.
Yeah.
Rush for fucking 300 yards at the Super Bowl. Some stupid shit.
If he does that, there's just nothing you can say. If he does that, I'll shut up. I'm telling you, I don't hate Lamar. I don't like the way you like him. It pisses me off the way you be defending this motherfucker.
Bro, do you think I want to fucking root for Lamar Jackson?
Yeah, you've been
wearing all the fucking Steelers shit that I wear.
That's what makes it more weird.
Yeah, you're a sellout.
I have no bias. Y'all don't believe that. I don't have a bias.
If he didn't listen to Kodak, you wouldn't give a fuck about his NFL game at all.
That is, bro.
That's the only thing that you care about.
That's actually a good point, bro. That's a good point.
If you didn't know about that,
so Lamar came out and said, "Fuck Kodak."
I was a Lamar fan. I was a Lamar fan prior to being a Kodak fan.
Get the fuck out of here.
I was prior to being a Kodak fan.
We talked about Lamar
fan. But whatever.
But Giannis is Lamar. That was a perfect.
I would accept that.
Moss called at the same moment. I just said it first.
I would accept that.
Because that was the same issue. You can't win championship. You're not gonna win playoff games playing how you play all day.
I'll accept that comparison. I won't accept the Russell Wilson. The Russell Westbrook comparison that you made at one time. That will not be accepted for Lamar Jackson.
Well, Russell Westbrook will be what Lamar will be if he never thrives in the playoffs.
Oh, no, you mean
it'll be the same thing.
Never wins games. Because he wins games.
You're not going to do that. Russell Westbrook wins games too. He's never had a losing season but one.
I don't remember what my point was.
Never had a losing season. Always makes the playoffs. He's a winner.
But he dominates.
But I'm saying that if he doesn't win a joint like Giannis and he goes on with a career like Russell, he will be the Russell Westbrook. He's great. He does what he does, but he can't win a championship with him. That's what it'll be. Those are the links that Lamar can take it. Those two lanes right there, depending on how he goes. Hey, so it is what it is.
Well, we solved that riddle.
Yeah,
basically. Put a bow on it.
Yeah.
Music stuff.
New music, new vibes. Young Thug is the biggest album of the week that dropped.
He was the only real big album, wasn't he?
Yes, pretty much.
Great time for him to drop.
Perfect time to drop.
Good timing.
Perfect time to drop.
I'm sure his label and Jamal worked on that strategically.
Oops, sorry. And I love it.
Scared me.
I love this album. I've been listening to it every day, just pretty much.
I only caught about 4 or 5 songs before we recorded, and I did listen to 2 or 3 when it first came out. The features I wanted to hear.
Yeah,
I like it quite a bit. I was surprised. Yeah, it's very different. Very different. You know, Thug's weird.
Bunch of acoustic records, short records, but acoustics. Not a lot of drums. just vibes. Something you can just throw on and let ride.
I'll check it out. I've heard a couple songs off of it, which I like, but I mean, I don't know how much I'm gonna like replay a lot, but we'll see. We'll see.
Maybe interesting.
Hopefully, I'm hoping for it to impress me.
It's good. There's a lot of good records on here. I actually like pretty much all the records that's just him.
I knew you were.
Those are like the best records to me, for real. I love all those songs.
Oh, so what are you saying?
Just him.
It's got big features on it.
So it's kind of like, I know how y'all feel like Young Thug is like the frosting on it. You like the sprinkle them in. But I like his solo records.
I don't even know if he frosted.
Wait, what did you just say?
They used to call him like the frosting or the sprinkles.
It sounded like you say he's the frosting they sprinkle on men.
Nah, it's frosting that you sprinkle in.
That's what he was thinking of.
I was like, I mean, with Thug
remember y'all said that before. Yeah, I like Thug on features. And
yeah, more of a feature guy on him.
If you listen to all the tracks, it's just him solo. Very solid records.
I think this needs to be music that I just play while I'm doing other stuff.
Yeah,
because I really like the way it sounded while we were setting up to record. But anytime I actually listen to Thug's lyrics, I get very turned off to the music usually. So
yeah, fuck.
He was talking to shit.
I'm gonna vibe.
I was watching this interview on Breakfast Club, which is his first time being there actually. Because him and Charlamagne had some words in the past.
I saw the clip of them.
Of course, you know that was surrounded around Birdman. How Charlamagne used to come at him. But yeah, he was on there. He was talking about the Mac Miller song though, called "Day Before." And
I didn't see that on there.
Yes, the last song on the album.
You asked me about the song with Mac, and I thought you were just talking about Mac's album that got re-released.
Yeah, they put out a little mixtape.
Oh wow, I missed.
But they was talking about that song. He said he actually did that song the day before he committed suicide.
Wow.
He said the eerie thing about it is that the song is called "Day Before." He's like, that shit fucked me up when that shit happened, bro. That's some wild shit.
No,
he literally did the last song with Mac, and the name was "Day Before."
That's crazy. He was an OD though. I don't think he was suicide.
Oh yeah, excuse me. I didn't mean to say suicide, but yeah,
probably,
before that happened,
probably similarly related.
Before the OD.
Often confused.
Yeah,
right.
I'll tell you that.
Right. Yeah.
Probably
it's a big difference.
Could have led to it eventually.
I guess just based off the intention.
Well, they say he had a bad batch.
Because what if you intended to OD?
Well, they say he had a bad batch. Possibly. It was a bad batch.
Right, for sure. But I'm just saying, this is just based off.
He's in the same category as Juice for me. That I don't think there was suicide intended, but I think if they had lived long enough, that could have been a problem that came up anyway.
Right.
Is that technically what is still like at the corner or whatever do they call it a suicide? Do they call it a homicide when it's overdose?
I don't know what they declared.
That's what I'm saying. What do you define that?
Max they were actually going after his dealers and stuff as homicide. I don't know what it actually would be if there's no foul play.
No foul play.
How about that again?
Yeah.
You just want to play it so bad.
It's actually unfair. Keep hitting the songs.
Go ahead,
because I got it on the album right now. I'm looking at the songs and shit. But also in that interview with Breakfast Club or whatever, they was talking about. They got to talking about Drake, of course, and he had a real good perspective on Drake. He's like, Drake is what a lot of these OGs should do more. Like, people look at Drake when he hops on track with these new artists and these artists that you ain't heard of before, yada yada yada. He's like, he's doing everybody a favor when he does this. He does that with the intention of knowing that us doing this record is going to be a #1 song for you. So I'm looking out for all these people that I'm doing it for, and not just like taking whatever run that they on right now, whatever buzz they got. He's like, he's putting people on these positions when he does songs with them, and that's the reason why he does it. He's like, I wish more people would do it, but Drake is literally like the only one that does it, being one of the bigger artists. I was like, it's kind of good perspective.
I mean, nobody else can do it like Drake. Nobody else can put you on that kind of platform.
Yeah, but he said he feel like he gets a bad rap for doing that. Like, he's like stealing from other people from whatever wave they're coming from by doing songs when it's the other way around.
I think it's mutually beneficial, and I think he knows that.
Yeah.
But the other thing I think could speak to why that's the case is Drake's the biggest.
Right.
So, like, there's no I mean, there's ego involved, don't get me wrong, but it's like, I'm Big Brother.
Right.
So I can hop on anybody's whatever. I think when you get into artists that aren't on that top tier, it's like, I mean, I don't want to help this person out, help that. It's more like a competition kind of thing, more dog eat dog, where Drake's like, yo, it might be dog eat dog, but you're not in my breed.
Right.
It don't matter at all.
Right. Exactly. You know, he's safe.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
And ultimately, I mean, I think it's going to be a lot of people though that don't want to work with Drake for that reason though.
That's true too.
As far as just like, I don't want, like some people feel like they don't want nobody to feel like or say that this is the person that the reason for my success.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they want to get to a certain point before they dive into all of the collaborations with major people like Drake and stuff like that because they don't want to feel like anybody ever put them on, and that's how I would kind of want to feel as well too. I don't want to feel like nobody gave me nothing.
Kind of a shoot yourself in the foot type of thing too, though.
I mean, it just depends.
To think of getting a Drake feature is a negative when it wouldn't be.
No, I'm just saying it just depends. Like it's on what caliber of artist you are, what you think, how highly you think. It's like almost like betting on yourself type thing. Like I know this gonna come back around later, and it's gonna be even bigger later because I'm gonna be at that same stage on the same platform as that artist.
You think you would be that way for real? Like if you're thinking about it as you're an artist that has been trying to come up, grinding, doing all this shit that you've been doing to try to pop, and you get an opportunity for a Drake feature, you think you would realistically say,
it depends on what I feel like
think I'm gonna make it there anyway. I want to wait. I just don't believe it.
It depends on where I'm at as an artist, but I mean, I know
it's a smart move to me.
It's artists that have turned that down before though. Like we talked about with Rod Wave and shit.
Yeah, I thought that was stupid.
I mean, does it hurt Rod Wave's career though?
That was his stance back then.
I mean, right, but I'm saying, does it hurt Rod Wave's career? Do we look at it and say he'll never get that opportunity again, or do we say if Rod Wave continues to do what he's doing, he'll be one of the biggest artists in the games, or maybe on that platform? So when they do the collaboration, it'll be just as big, if not bigger.
But it's
but the point is, he made it, and you get to do all that now. 6 years later, you can look back and say he made the right move, or whatever you want to call it. But think about I just can't imagine being an artist that's trying to make it.
Right.
I mean, look, we're all friends with Quincy. Like Quincy and those guys take hip hop, rap serious.
Yeah.
And they're legit. I can't imagine them having an opportunity to pop with an artist that they appreciate or something and being like, nah, it's not the right time yet. I just think that sounds crazy. You don't think that sounds crazy?
It sounds crazy.
I think it just depends on people. Yeah, it sounds nuts, but it just depends. It's almost like that Dave Chappelle shit. Is it worth it?
But it's not a deal. It's not like you're signing a deal and you're giving up all this.
You right, but you just never know what may come with it.
I got another example.
Depending on where you're at.
I'm gonna use Lil Durk as an example.
That's what my example though.
He's been out for about a decade, and he's always had a solid fan base. He's always built himself up, but he's has the biggest moments of his career in the last 2 years because he got a Drake feature. But it's like he's one of the biggest artists in the game now.
That's what I'm saying though.
Because of
that's what brings it back full circle to me, because it's like I will be always as somebody who likes what Dirk is doing, but I'll always be a person who points back and says, yeah, but Drake put him on type shit. And he didn't put him on in a sense where he won't rap him before, but Drake is the reason for his success at this point.
But that's not what you say.
But that's what I'm saying. Some people don't want that.
And that's you wouldn't be a fan of Dirk right now if that didn't happen. You didn't like Dirk before all that.
But I'm saying, I will always put that as an asterisk on his career. I'm saying some artists may not want that. They might want to already get to that Dirk level.
You put what as an asterisk?
That the fact that Drake pretty much put him on to get to this point, to where he's at right now.
I thought you were saying,
I'm about to say you was just on the other side. Now it's bad. He took the long route. He's been in the game for 10 years.
You were saying you respect him because he put in the effort before.
No,
and then you switch sides.
No. What I'm saying is that that's what I associated with Dirk as getting to this level, is Drake putting him on. And it's going to be a lot of artists, or it's going to be some guys who would never want to do that because they don't want people to put that asterisk in their career, but I think that's the reason why.
But that's not true though, because he had a 10-year career where he had a solid fan base already coming in.
Right, yeah, he certainly did. But I'm saying, was it to the degree but I don't after or before? You know what I'm saying?
I don't think before is what tells you anything. I think after the Drake feature is what tells you
He's
about
been tearing shit up since.
Because you can be a Block Boy JB and Drake
for sure.
made him
for sure.
But you can also be Migos, and Migos certified themselves right after. You use the Drake platform to bounce yourself up. It's up to you to stay there or go higher or tank. But taking the Drake feature
took that shit and ran with it.
Yeah,
he's been the hottest one.
I'm not saying it's necessarily a negative. What I'm saying is certain people will look at it. Yeah, I mean, take it as what you want. If it's a negative or not, but You know, it's just certain. It could just be the artist to say that feel like that might not be the right time for their career for them to do something like that. Maybe they say they want to keep building on what they've been doing. I don't know. You know, it just depends on where you're at in this point at your point in your career to make that decision or not.
It's a very disrespectful thing to say that Drake put Dirk on. He's been around since the drill era of Chicago.
I'm not saying it, but he would still be that level of artist without the Drake feature. And
he got big. He grew since then. He ain't been around for 10 years, been doing flopping.
Bro, even after that, what was the highest selling Lil Durk album? Bro, I can tell you what his highest selling first week album was, and that's after the Drake feature and everything. His last album was his highest selling album of his career, and it's just still didn't clear what it did, like 70,000 or something like that, 75.
It's good.
That's pretty good. I'm not saying it's bad or anything, but like let's put it in perspective of where Dirk was prior to that. And what happened afterwards. That's all I'm saying. We got to be real about that thing.
Bringing out them record sales and numbers. He had a solid fan base for 10 years. That's a hard feat to have.
You bringing all these facts and statistics. Like, come on, bro. We can't just keep on saying like all of this crazy shit. That's all I'm saying. It's like,
not crazy. Just because you never fucked with him in the last 2 years before 2 years ago doesn't mean he didn't have a career before that.
My only stance is that is the majority of people. Is who I am. I'm not saying that it's necessarily a negative, but that's the majority, and the numbers say that. That's it. That's the fact about it. The numbers say that. Like
the numbers don't say what you're feeling right now. That's not true. That's just your opinion.
More people listen to him now. That's all I'm saying, and rightfully so. He's a good artist. I'm not saying he's a bad artist. I'm just pointing out these things. It's a fact. That's it. That's all.
You think people look at Lil Baby like that, dude? That Drake put him on?
That's a good follow-up question.
Yeah, I mean, maybe people.
He literally put him on when he first started rapping. He got jumped on his records.
That's the song.
He didn't have a 10-year career before.
I mean, that's the first time.
The song I know him from.
Yeah. It's one of his first singles.
I don't know if that's necessary.
That was a really good pull.
The freestyle.
He literally took off right after that.
Didn't the freestyle come out before that?
Come on, Cole.
He didn't take off till he hopped on Yes Indeed. We know this word. Come on.
No, I mean
you can still.
He had that song, My Dog. That's My Dog. That was turning shit up in the street.
Yeah, I was saying he had some records already though. Man. But the freestyle shit, bro, that shit got.
So you're still right here telling me him jumping on Yes Indeed didn't take Lil Baby off?
I mean, I'm sure it did, but what I'm saying is, Lil Baby was already on this crazy trajectory.
Oh come on, Carl! You gotta just give him props for the Lil Baby point and stick to your.
No, that was a good one.
You can't make both of them.
Yeah,
because you can't make both of them. Because if anything, Dirk was bigger before the Drake record than Lil Baby was before his Drake record.
I would beg to differ on that, bro.
All right, this is crazy.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because you don't.
Dirk definitely was bigger than Lil Baby.
I would have to see what records came out, because Lil Baby had some records that go crazy on his own. Like you said, we had the My Dog shit was a big record. You heard that shit in every club.
You don't need a few months before.
And then he had the freestyle shit. That shit got half a billion views on YouTube. It's one of Lil Baby's biggest records ever. Though.
But this is just a magic question.
I got to see which one came out first.
This doesn't make. There's no point in having this discussion.
Well, when we're talking about numbers, bro, y'all just going off of recollection. I'm bringing in like actual numbers of what happened.
That Drake put Lil Durk on after having a 7-8 year career before getting the Dirk feature, and literally, in Lil Baby's first year of being a rapper, he got a Drake feature, and it took off because of it.
But he was already popping though. Like he was popping on. Like I said, he had songs that was ringing off.
Right.
Well, I mean, it's just.
Drake ain't gonna hop on with somebody that ain't got some type of buzz.
I had never heard of anything from JB Blockboy before Drake hopped on this shit.
Okay.
Not a song.
Memphis. Obviously, he probably was doing something in Memphis.
I'm just saying. I heard Lil Baby shit. His shit was ringing off in the streets and in the clubs prior to me hearing Yes Indeed. But I mean, that was a good point. It's solid. I mean, I'm sure he did help out Lil Baby's career song. But like I said, I think his trajectory was definitely more upwards already than Lil Durk's was. Lil Durk's was really pretty much stagnant at that point.
Saying false things, man. Just because you were not aware does not mean that he was stagnant for 8 years.
Saying, bro. Once the argument goes more than 7 to 8 minutes, it just gets into crazy territory and keeps branching off into crazier.
It's crazy.
What the fuck, man?
You had a solid point with your Dirk stuff, and then as soon as he brought up Lil Baby, you went into crazy land. It was like, fuck, He's got me. I can't give up this
point. No, Lil Baby was going to be out of here anyway. Like, you don't know that. You don't know that.
This is crazy.
Well, all I'm saying is we got to do some research on that because you don't know when these songs drop. That's it.
All right.
That's it.
Yes,
indeed.
No matter when they dropped, it was all his first year rapping.
Well, regardless, is that the biggest song of his career? Is that the biggest song of Lil Baby's career? Yes, indeed.
I don't know.
I have no idea. What is the point you're trying to make?
Probably one of the biggest ones for sure.
Is it the biggest song?
Say yes or no. Make your point.
Is it?
No,
it's not. You're right.
All right,
correct.
what's your point?
It's not at all. Drake's feature.
Is it the new Drake song he got with
Dirk on Drake's song is the biggest song of his career.
So his next Drake song is his biggest record. You're making my point even more. What are we talking about?
No, I'm just saying that's Lil Durk's biggest record of his career. Like you can literally say, "Oh, Drake put him on." That's not Lil Baby's biggest record of his career. He got other records that are ringing off way more.
I thought you were saying that Lil
came
Durk's
out after.
Yeah.
No, and before.
There's not a bigger song than Yes.
Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I gotta see what the freestyle.
No, maybe nothing.
It's not a maybe.
We gotta see.
Look it up right now.
We'll see.
Look it up right now.
It's not a baby. Yes, indeed, took off crazy.
We can pause this if we need to.
Yeah, we need to.
Carl's got to see his damn. Wait a second. Say that again.
I do not see a song bigger than Yes Indeed prior to Yes Indeed. He does have bigger records.
After.
But it is after the fact.
Which is what I said earlier, that if you establish yourself with Drake and then prove it afterwards, nobody knocks that against you.
Exactly.
If you get the Drake song and
well,
fall
if you're
off,
McConan, then got the club going up on a Tuesday, and you ain't do shit after that.
Or JB Blockboy.
Didn't work. Yeah, or JB Blockboy.
McConan's even better example.
Yeah.
He tanked and then decided.
Well, he actually signed McConan to his label. That was his artist, and it still didn't work.
OVO's the worst label ever.
And it still didn't work. I won't say the worst.
It's one of the.
We got Party Next Door in The Weeknd out of that. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
and Division. Y'all know about Division. They're pretty fire. He was. I don't think he is
like to this day.
He started off with OVO.
Oh, okay. I can kind of see that. But
yeah.
Got too.
They say he wrote most of that Take Care album.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So yeah, he had a couple successes.
I don't even know where we started this.
I don't know. Either.
No clue.
We was talking about music. I don't know. I was talking about I brought up the Drake situation about him hopping on all his songs.
That's right.
And Thug was talking about in the interview.
I didn't even listen to any singles this week, to be honest with you. Were there any good ones?
Maxwell Cream put out a single called Grain of Knots. It's pretty hard.
Got an album coming, right?
Freddie Gibbs put out a single. I think he does. Yeah, Maxwell does. Freddie Gibbs put out a single hard called Wartime. Went crazy. I think that's about it though.
No Cap got a new single, Sun Up to Sundown.
Sun Up.
That's pretty dope. I like it. Give me real Roddy Ricch vibes, kind of that slow pace. Kind of, I don't know, almost like them hood slow songs type shit. It's cool. I like it. Different because they do like the Roddy Ricch and No Cap are like future babies, but they do more with their voice. Like they stretch their voice out more and stuff. So it's a pretty cool song though. He got some more little quotables or like just I don't know. Sometimes he get a little too deep with his metaphors and shit. It's like I see you was going with you. Like, yeah, he was like some like I'm a hood nigga. I switch the beats. My outfits cost Alicia Keys or Alicia Key. It's dope, but I'm like you going deep. You go real deep.
Switch the beats and Alicia Keys.
Yeah. I mean,
that's trying to deep.
I mean, because it's just kind of it's like a stretch.
No wonder you don't like Wale rapping. All that shit must go over your head. If that shit got you.
That don't go over my head, bro. I catch it the first time. It don't go over my head. But I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's too deep. But I'm saying it's like a stretch of how he like combined it.
Gotcha.
It's like almost like you came up with that. And it's like I gotta force it in here.
I know what you're talking.
You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit. Just
those
a little
make
force.
You cringe.
It was good, but I'm just like, was it necessary kind of thing.
It makes me cringe if I feel like they forced the punchline in there.
It's a little force, but it's dope. He repeats it and it's like, okay, yeah, I get where you're going with that. You were thinking on it. You
make sure you heard that one.
Yeah, we got to make sure you heard it. But I'm saying you gonna get one of those from No Cap in every song. And then you got the goats colliding. Kodak and Chief Keef. The two goats.
If you don't get the fuck out of here,
colliding and on the who wants
like
smoke
Chief
with me. No, but I mean I recognize his. No, I don't. I'm not a Chief Keef fan.
Call that man a goat. You don't even like him.
All you gotta do, get on the Kodak song.
That's crazy.
Lamar Jackson, baby.
Yeah, you still gotta recognize what he. It's almost like the same realm as Soulja Boy type shit. Like you gotta recognize what they did as far as like opening a door and shit like that for certain things.
Same
like
realm as Soulja Boy.
As far as a GOAT goes, like Soulja Boy did do some shit that rappers didn't do. Like Chief Keef kicked open the door for like them drill Chicago rappers. Wouldn't be a little Dirk. We just talk about Dirk. Really, somebody that put Dirk on is Chief Keef. Like you know what I'm saying? Like he opened up a flood of street niggas. Like none of these guys from G Herbos and Lil Bibby, they wouldn't exist without Chief Keef first. So that's what I'm saying. He's a GOAT. And same thing
the
like
one that
Kodak
blew first, but they all was rapping during that time. They all came up together.
But Chief Keef was the dude that everybody looked to at that time. He was the leader, the front runner. Same thing with Kodak in Florida and stuff like that. They kicked open the door for like a new.
But who outlasted Chief Keef though? Dirk, Herbo.
What happened?
Still out here.
Oh yeah.
That's still having successful.
That's
career.
fine. I'm just saying what it does. Sometimes innovation isn't always what is long lasting and shit is what other people do with that innovation after that. They take the shit and add other stuff to it and make it better. So
it's just nicer at it.
You don't always get the credit for innovation and stuff, but like I said, I recognize him as GOAT. But otherwise, I thought that was a really good collaboration. It was unexpected and a cool little remix. I know everybody's done the Who Won't Smoke remix or whatever, but I think they both actually really killed it.
Nice.
R&B vibes. Rotimi album drop. I don't know if y'all fuck with Rotimi.
I know what you're talking about.
Pretty nice.
I know who he is, but
that's a woman.
It's a pretty good artist. It's not a woman at all.
Dude from Power.
It's definitely a man. He wasn't.
That you talk. That's dude talking about with the big ass nose.
Yeah,
that's how you gotta say it. Yeah,
with the big ass nose.
He got the big ass nose. His nose is fucking huge.
He can sing his ass off. He
looks like Tony the Tiger.
He's a good artist. Why you roasting him like that?
He does look like Tony the Tiger a bit.
Problem put out an EP, West Coast. No, you ain't fucking with that word.
Why did I think he was a woman?
I don't know.
It's some other woman though. It's like got weird. A similar name.
I don't know. I don't know this one.
I only know one Rotimi.
It's probably the only one in the world.
I remember she used to be like on Speaker Knocker songs.
Oh. To find
I forgot her name.
Report back to us.
I definitely got what you're talking about now. You threw me off with that Speaker Knocker songs. Damn.
Another GOAT.
He is. Seriously though.
Your GOAT status are wild. Yo, oh my God, no. They're gonna call it back.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Oh, I'm sorry, listeners. We're watching the game Monday night.
I need that, Knox.
We're out of time though, for real. If y'all got anything else to squeeze in here, I don't have a sample, but
I don't either.
Oh shit, maybe we got more time.
Yo, I got a sample, goddammit.
Did you have any other?
Her name is Ramity.
All right, that's close enough.
I think I have heard that before.
Ramity, because the scared money don't make no money. I can't sing, so I ain't gonna sing it.
Yeah, thank you.
I think I've heard that before somewhere.
That's a really good song.
That's close enough to mix up. I understand that.
See?
I ain't little flip on words.
Anything else?
No, not at all.
Did we miss anything?
I hope not, because we're out of time.
Yeah, right. Catch us next week.
We got one sample coming for you, so if you're listening, stay tuned. If you're on YouTube, we appreciate y'all. We'll be back next week. Peace.
Peace.